Hey guys, this is Avinash back with another video. So welcome to the Tech News series. This is a series that I've just started and I'll be giving you updates of all the latest and greatest tech news every single week. So let's get started. So Google has finally released its Android 16, the stable update for all its Pixel devices. It's now available for the Pixel 6 series and all the newer phones as well as the Pixel tablet. The list of devices that are compatible with the update are as follows. However, two of the biggest changes are not part of the first stable release, that is the material-free expressive and the new desktop mode, which will arrive later. Everything's got a revamp, right from the notifications, the caller ID, and the settings page. You'll receive many other features in the following updates as well. The OnePlus 13S, the king of compact smartphones, is finally in India. You get a 6.32-inch body with a Snapdragon 8 Elite, packed with an impressive 5850 mAh battery along with 80-watt charging. That's literally everything you could ask for. It starts at Rs 54,999 for the 12,256 variant and goes up to 59,999 for the 12,512 GB variant. Be sure to check it out. Microsoft and ASUS have announced new ROG Xbox Ally handhelds. This includes two variants, the new ROG Xbox Ally X and the ROG Xbox Ally. The ROG Xbox Ally comes with a 16GB memory and a 512GB storage with the AMD Ryzen Z2A processor. Meanwhile, the ROG Xbox Ally X comes with 24GB of memory and 1TB storage. It's packed with the AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme. They'll be available this holiday season throughout the world. However, for India, the launch date is yet to be revealed. Pricing and availability will be announced at a later date. Apple's WWDC 2025 introduced a lot of changes coming to the iPhone's operating system. This includes the iOS 26 update. Yeah, 26, not 18, as well as the new liquid glass design they have introduced. The liquid glass design is basically just a translucent look of everything that's on your iPad and the other OS. Yeah, that's just a gimmick over here. They've also introduced this new desktop mode for the iPad OS, where you can just open all the small windows and multitask at once. You also get this little notification on top in case you're in the middle of a long process such as exporting a video. You can continue performing your tasks in the other apps while being notified of the progress. Here's another look of the iOS 26 with the liquid glass. Now, I don't know about you guys, but it looks kinda to me. Do let me know what you guys think about the new update of the iOS 26. Oppo started teasing the upcoming K30X a few days ago, calling it a durable performer. The brand hasn't revealed any of its specs yet, but it does claim that it will have a long-lasting battery, ultra-fast charging, and other AI-powered camera features. The K30X's box has been leaked ahead of its official unveiling and is rumored to be coming by the end of this month. The Oppo K30X should be priced under 15,000 in India. Vivo has teased the Vivo X45, which has been given an official launch date, that is on June 25th. The picture shows the internal display and it's hard to determine how thick the bezels are. It does show a physical button on the left side, which might be replacing the mute switch from the previous generations. Coming to the specs, it is rumored to have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, paired with the 16GB of RAM and 512GB of storage. There are also reports that the device will feature an 80 LTPO OLED main display, and it features something that no other foldable phones do, that is, an IP5X dust resistance. After the launch of the Vivo Y300 Pro in September, Vivo has already started working on its successor, the Vivo Y. The Y400 Pro has a 6.77-inch AMOLED screen with 4500 nit peak brightness, and it's powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7300 SoC. This dual rear camera system comprises a 50-megapixel main shooter using Sony's IMX882 sensor and a decorative 2-megapixel depth sensor. Yeah, it makes the count. For selfies, you get a 32-megapixel snapper. The phone's got a 5500 mAh battery with support for 90-watt fast charging, and it's just 7.49mm thin. It comes in white, gold, and nebula purple. Those are three colors. It's advertised to have its segments just 3D curved screen. It should be available with 8 gigs of RAM and 128 or 256 gigs of storage. Samsung teased the Galaxy Z Fold 7. The Galaxy Z Fold 7 should be unveiled around mid-July. Motorola has launched the X60, which will be joining the X60 Pro, X60 Stylus and the X60 Fusion, which were previously launched. The X60 comes in a single 12 gigs 256 gigs configuration in India and has two color options, the smoky blue one and the fresh green one. Both models are priced at around 25,999 and they will be available starting 17 June through Motorola's official website and Flipkart. Now, the global version comes with Dimensity 7300 SoC and a 5200 mAh battery, while the Indian H60 comes with Dimensity 7400 chip and a 5500 mAh battery. You get a 6.67-inch 1.5K 120Hz quad curved P-OLED display, Android 15 and 68 watts charging. The smartphone features 4 cameras, a 50 megapixel primary, a 10 megapixel telephoto, a 50 megapixel ultra wide and a 50 megapixel selfie camera. The Nothing Phone 3 phone has been leaked and we should see a surprisingly small camera island. Nothing will announce its first proper flagship, the Phone 3, on July 1st. That's still several weeks out, so the company has only been sharing macro views of the phone. It seems that Nothing has killed the glyph interface on the back. There are rumors that the company will replace the scattered LEDs on the back with a dot matrix display, like those on the ROG phones, instead of abandoning the glyph altogether. Let's see what Nothing has in store for us. OnePlus is going to launch the Nord 5 and Nord CE5 on July 8th. The Nord 5 will have a flat OLED screen with 1.5K resolution, a 120Hz refresh rate and an in-display fingerprint scanner. It is powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 9400E SoC and will support a 50 megapixel main camera with optical image stabilization, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 16 megapixel selfie camera and a massive 7000 mAh battery that supports 100 watt wide charging. The Nord CE5, on the other hand, will come with a 6.7-inch flat OLED screen with a 120Hz refresh rate, the MediaTek Dimensity 8350 chipset, 8 gigs of RAM, 250 gigs of storage, a 50 megapixel main camera, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, a 16 megapixel selfie camera, and 7100 mAh battery that supports 80 watt charging. Vivo is adding an Ultra member to the T4 series. The Vivo T4 Ultra is powered by the Dimensity 9300 Plus, which was used in last year's Vivo X100 Pro. The Ultra packs a 50 megapixel Sony IMX921 based main camera. The star of the show is the 50 megapixel periscope with 3x magnification. It has a 10x telephoto macro mode and OIS with EI stabilization for the video. Finally, there is an 8 megapixel ultra wide camera and an aura light. The selfie camera is a 32 megapixel unit. The T4 Ultra has the smallest display in the series with a 6.67-inch diagonal, but it's the best panel yet. A quad curved 1260p plus OLED with 10-bit colors and 120Hz refresh rate. It can reach up to 5000 nits peak local brightness, and peak global brightness is 1600 nits. As an under-display fingerprint scanner of the optical variety. The Ultra has the smallest battery in the family, with only 5500 mAh capacity. Well, that is also paired with the fast 90 watt charging. Thanks to the battery, the Ultra is thinner and lighter at 7.43mm and 192 grams weight. The Ultra is available in 3 variants: 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage, 12 gigs along with 256 gigs of storage, and the last one being 12 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of storage. This is with the LPDDR5 RAM and UFS 3.1 storage. The Dimensity 9300 Plus is cooled by a 43.62 cm² vapor chamber. The phone launches with FunTouch OS 15, that is Android 15, and will receive 2 OS updates and a total of 3 years of security patches. The T4 Ultra should start at around 38,000, that's for the base 8 gigs of RAM 256GB variant, and should go up to 42,000 for the 12 gigs 512 gigs of storage variant. The Nintendo Switch 2, which went on sale globally, sold more than 3.5 million units in the first 4 days of its release. That makes it the fastest selling Nintendo game system ever. The new design, which the Nintendo Switch 2 boasts, comes with a much bigger kickstand at the back that allows for a much larger range of movement. It also has two USB Type-C ports now, one on the top and one on the bottom. It comes with a new and improved Joy-Con too. They use strong magnets instead of rail system to attach to the console, which makes it way better to play. Have you guys checked out Mario Kart on the new Nintendo Switch 2? Do let me know. Samsung is working on two new pairs of more affordable TWS earbuds. The existence of the Galaxy Buds Core has been confirmed through a deep dive into the code of the latest Galaxy Buds controller app for Wear OS. However, they're not the only one affordable buds Samsung has in store for us. The Galaxy Buds 3 FE are also coming. The Buds 3 and Buds 3 Pro will definitely sit at the top of the food chain, the Galaxy Buds Core being the cheapest according to the source. We should be seeing these buds in Samsung's Unpacked event that's going to be taking place in July, along with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and Flip 7, with the Galaxy Watch 8 and Watch 8 Classic. The iQOO Z10 Lite, which was supposed to be unveiled on June 18, is now confirmed to be powered by a Dimensity chip, not a Snapdragon. The brand had tagged Snapdragon India's account in its Twitter post, suggesting the Z10 Lite would be powered by Qualcomm Snapdragon's chip. However, in an interesting turn of events, the iQOO has announced that the Z10 Lite will have MediaTek's Dimensity 6300 SoC at the helm. The teasers dropped by iQOO's Indian branch also revealed that the Z10 Lite will have an IP64 rating and feature a 3.5mm headphone jack. Ah yes, the good old headphone jack. Boy do we miss those. Additionally, iQOO also announced that the Z10 Lite will feature a 50 megapixel Sony camera on the rear, along with a 2 megapixel depth sensor. I don't know what's the point of giving the depth sensor anyways. For selfies and video calls, there'll be a 5 megapixel camera on the front. The Z10 Lite is supposed to come in two colors, titanium blue and cyber green. Let's wait for the launch on June 18. Earlier this year, Google released the battery performance program update for the Pixel 4a, which cut down the battery's life as a precautionary measure. The reason being the Pixel 4a batteries were overheating and posed a fire hazard. The Pixel 6a will be getting similar treatment and receive a battery voltage decrease to prevent it from overheating. This is because there are several reports of Pixel 6a units spontaneously catching fire while charging, and Google's taking the precautionary route once again. In the Pixel 4a case, Google reduced the battery's maximum voltage down to 3.95 volts from the original 4.45 volts. The Pixel 6a will probably get similar treatment. Google is also offering free replacements for Pixel 7a units with swollen batteries. That's it for this week's tech news. See you guys next week with another video. If you do appreciate the content, do like, share and subscribe the video. This is Avinash signing off. See you guys. Have a great one.